Marvel and DC have many great superheroes, but there are plenty of superheroes that don't belong to them who are also interesting, fun, and amazing. So here's my top 10 list of my favorite superheroes that are not from Marvel or DC. If you don't agree with this list, that's fine. This is just my personal list, and if you think of other heroes who deserve to be on it, let me know in the comments below. Alright, let's get to it. Tom Evans, aka Captain Canuck from Captain Canuck Published, Chapter House Comics. Let's start this list with a hero from our neighbors up north. So there have been a few people to take on the mantle of Captain Canuck, but the original and current person known as Captain Canuck is Tom Evans. Originally, Tom gained super strength from aliens, but in his modern incarnation, he wears a super suit made from alien technology, which grants him abilities like strength, energy shields, limited flight, and several other gadgets. Out of all the characters on this list, he's probably the least known, but he has a cult following and continues to have comics made about him, as well as a web animated series. He's actually a fairly interesting character, and I love his modern design, and maybe one day the character will have his dues.
9.
American Made from the Tick animated series. American Made is a parody of Captain America and Wonder Woman, and she is awesome. First of all, I love that name, such a great pun. American Made has no powers, she is just a skilled acrobat and fighter who uses her tiara and stilettos as weapons by throwing them at her enemies, which is nothing to laugh at cause she'll mess you up with them. In the world of the Tick, there are many superheroes, but most of them are incompetent. American Made is not, and she is probably the only capable superhero in that world. Really, her character is just great, but sadly, she was only in the animated series, and never appeared in the comics. I hope one day something is done with the character, because it is such a waste not doing anything with her.
8.
Aspen Matthews from Fathom, published by Aspen MLT. Aspen was born from two underwater races called the Blue and the Black, which is unique as she is the only offspring from both races, which makes her more powerful than any one of them from the Blue or Black. Because of her heritage, she has many powers, like controlling the water at high degrees, which allows her to make tsunamis or even rip the blood out of someone. She can turn into water, heal wounds, shoot energy blasts, become energy, and has telepathy. She has this rich comic book history and comes from a cool and creative world. There are many characters with water powers that come from under the sea. She is just as good, if not better than many of them, and it surprises me that not a lot of people speak about her, as she is really cool and has really awesome stories.
7.
Toshinori Yagi, aka All Might from My Hero Academia, published in Weekly Shonen Jump. All Might comes from a world where almost everyone is born with a quirk, which is a super ability they are born with, kinda like a mutant. All Might is the world's greatest superhero. Many people look up to him and want to be just like him, and he has greatly lowered the crime over the years. He has the quirk of One for All, which grants him super strength, making him one of the strongest heroes in the world. My Hero Academia isn't focused on him. It's focused on a new generation going to school to become heroes, and All Might's successor, Midoriya, who he gives All for One to. All Might is a great character because he is a hero who isn't just powerful, he's a symbol of goodness and inspires people to be greater, and his presence can be felt throughout the world, as he has affected everyone, and heroes who inspire people to be better are some of the best heroes.
6.
Hellboy from Hellboy, published by Dark Horse Comics. Hellboy is a demonic being that was found as a baby by Allied troops during World War II. He was raised by Professor Broom, the founder of the Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense, which he ends up joining and defending the world from occult, paranormal, and supernatural dangers. Since he is a demonic being, he has super strength and healing. He is a great fighter, normally uses a big revolver, though he doesn't have the best aim, and has a giant stone hand that he can use to cause serious damage. Hellboy is a great character, because at first look, people think he is evil, but that couldn't be further from the truth, as he is a good person and one of the best heroes around.
5,
Mindy McCready, aka Hit Girl from Kick-Ass, published by Icon. Hit Girl is a 10-year-old little girl who was trained by her father, a superhero known as Big Daddy. She was trained to fight crime due to her dad telling her that a crime boss had killed her mom and they were seeking justice. The story ends up not being true, but regardless, she is a highly trained child who is an expert marksman and a deadly fighter, often using a katana to slaughter her opponents. Hit Girl is an awesome character. I like that she is this small girl who you would never see as a threat, but really, she is a deadly killing machine. Also, I can't help but feel sorry for her as she was deprived of a childhood and was turned into a killer and can never really fit into normal society again.
4,
Al Simmons, aka Spawn from Spawn, published by Image Comics. Al was part of a Black Ops CIA unit who was murdered due to questioning the actions of the organization. He was sent to hell due to his evil deeds, and there he made a deal with a demonic being for his soul. He was brought back to life 5 years after his death as a Hellspawn, which gave him many great abilities like super strength, healing, teleportation, shapeshifting, energy blast, and several other demonic powers. His powers have changed throughout the years, but no matter the power, he always remains a deadly force. Spawn is an anti-hero like Hit Girl. He kills and doesn't have a problem with it. He's not very big right now, but back in the 90s, Spawn was really popular. Anti-heroes were really big back then, and Spawn came out at the right time with an awesome design, dark origin story, brutally killing his enemies with his awesome powers and at times giant guns. He really was a product of the 90s, but he is still great and with an ongoing comic book.
3,
Saitama, aka One Punch Man, aka Cape Baldy from One Punch Man, published in Young Jump webcomics. Saitama was an unemployed salaryman who one day saved a little boy from a crab monster. After that, he decides to become a hero and trains daily, doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and running 10 kilometers daily, and he also doesn't use air conditioning or heat to train his mind. You'd think this wouldn't work, but apparently it made him super strong. He is now called One Punch Man in the series. The series is called that because he is so powerful that he can beat any villain with one punch. Not just normal criminals, he can devastate gigantic monsters in one punch. He is a parody character that shows what if someone was really powerful. I love this idea as it leads to many comedic moments. Since Saitama doesn't look very strong and he has a no-care attitude, everyone thinks he is weak when in reality he is the strongest person in the world.
2,
Don Diego de la Vega, aka Zoro, originally published by All Story Weekly. Zoro is the oldest character on the list, and over time has been adapted to many forms of entertainment. In most versions though, he is a man who takes up the identity of Zoro to avenge the helpless and punish evil politicians causing people to suffer. He is often very agile and skilled, and often uses a whip and sword to fight. What is great about Zoro is that he has been around since 1919 and has been the inspiration for many heroes like Batman. He just has this timeless story and mission, a hero who wants to help the helpless and punish the people in power who cause their suffering. His legacy and influence are good reasons to like him, but I mean, he's just so damn cool.
1,
Mark Grayson, aka Invincible from Invincible, published by Skybound Entertainment / Image Comics. Mark is the son of the superhero Omni-Man, an alien who arrived on Earth a long time ago. Mark develops powers like his dad at the age of 17, super strength, speed, invulnerability, flight, decelerated aging, and enhanced healing. What makes Invincible a great hero is that he is really relatable. In many ways, he is like Spider-Man when he first started out as a teenager, with great power, trying to figure out his place in the world. He has Superman level powers, but you care about him because you see his human side, as he is not perfect, often making mistakes and doubting himself. It also doesn't hurt that he's written by Robert Kirkman, the writer of The Walking Dead, and he keeps his adventures fresh and interesting. Invincible is one of those comic series I suggest to every superhero fan, as the art and story are fantastic. Also, there's an amazing twist in the first story arc that just hooked me to the series. Really, go check it out. That's it folks, my top 10 favorite superheroes that are not Marvel or DC. Like I said, these are just my favorite ones, and I haven't read or seen every superhero thing out there. So if you think there are better ones out there, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to check them out. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.